I'll give you a look at the place very soon. I've given this thing a big going over. It's much harder to clean now, but that's only a minor issue compared to my hand that was aching yesterday from just doing the same thing over and over and over again. So I look forward to cutting the opals with a fresh perspective. Let me just grab a stick. It makes sense to me, so that's all that matters. Okay, here we go. Stick. You may need to staple the thing on. Will it work? No, it won't. Oh well. I've got a fish tank cleaner somewhere. I have to use that. But at any rate, that's looking a lot better. Everything's looking hunky-madori. Look at all that lovely, 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 nearly clean stuff. There we go. That'll have to do. You won't see most of it, so let me just wring it out and show you some features. Whoa, someone's already given me a like. Thank you. All right. So maybe the tour should start about here, because it's pretty much one thing. Okay. So if we have a look up here, what I might have to do is flip the camera around. So we've got lights galore just there. You can see how glorious that is. Right, flipping around. Now, previously, this opal bench here, it had many issues. For example, tissue issues. Don't think about that too hard. Now, the opal bench would have issues in that the opals would rattle off here and onto the floor. You'll probably still see some opals on the floor, and it was hopeless. It was opalous. Yeah, anyway. So what I've done now, instead of that, is I've put this piece of material here. This is actually from a TV. I use all sorts of scrap parts. You'd be surprised with what you can build with scrap parts. As a matter of fact, this entire bench, opal station, made from beds, pallets, printers, the whole lot. They joke that my opal cutter can't be called an opal cutter because technically it's 90% printer. So you take that joke as you may. Just grabbing some opals that are down here. Yeah. Oop. So here we go. Sitting down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck myself nice and neatly in here. The other improvement that I've got is this armrest, because my golly, it was hard to cut the opals just like that. I may have to attach a little standy thing to here so that maybe it needs to be a bit more sturdy. You never know. But I think it's going all right at the moment. Hello, Ray and Musty. I've got to get my glasses because it's hard to read the... I'm getting old, basically. Let's zoom in and have a look at opals anyway. There we go. My hands are dirty from doing all the modifications. We'll give that one a shot, actually. But I've found a whole heap of other ones. And I've also put sawdust onto the opals. So that's not a preparation step, as far as I know anyway. You don't tend to put sawdust on your opals. You tend to... Well, when they say clean them up, they actually literally mean clean them up, as in make them cleaner, not dirtier. So, I don't know. Maybe I should consult the manual a bit. There we go. One set of clean opals. Here we go. Boing. Ah. Two clean opals. Ah. Am I going to get copyright violated for that? One lawsuit. Two wonderful lawsuits. Oh, did you send me a ring? That's cool. I accept your proposal. Should probably figure out what gender they are first. Not that it matters. Okay, so here we go. Right, so we've got some cool stuff here. One opal. I've got to stop doing that because I will get sued. Okay. Why are there... Stop it! Okay, so the opal here, I reckon that might actually have a good opal in there somewhere. So look out for that one. This one here, you can see that there's actually some, I'm going to zoom right in, because zooming right in is cool. And color enhance, so you can really see what's going on. Or, as I like to call it, lying. Anyway. With the lightly cleaned window, it gives a slight Celine Dion effect, doesn't it? My heart will go on. Okay, enough of that. So we've got some of these ones. I might give this one another go, just seeing what it looks like now. I've already cleaned it up somewhat. But I'm just checking to see if there's any extra coolness in here. That might lead somewhere. I'll clean up that side. It's worth doing. We should move on to stuff which actually is cool. So, oh, good. So it works out well, presuming that, you know, yeah, anyway. Trust me to make it awkward from over a live stream. Here we go. Now, here we go. You can see that what you can see here is there's going to be a little bit of, that's good. Sorry, I'm resting my hand on my newly found armrest, which is great. Yeah, there's a bit of color there. It's hard to spot, but it's there. This one's pretty darn exciting to me. I'm just going to flip it around so we can see. Oh, look at that. I love this. So you can actually see how the opal formed. Can you see that? It looks like tree rings, right? You can see the core of the opal. So there would have been a nucleation point there and the opal just formed in bands. So good. Love that. Okay, so there's sand there right near my... Don't worry, my finger's okay. There's sand there. There's a good chance there'll be colour just next to that sand. So I might have a look. I might have to cut along the sand, just along there. But that will be okay. So I'm a kid in a candy store at the moment. Having a look at this one. This one might not be, unless I can see something particularly nice, I might leave this one. There's a little bit of colour opportunity there. These ones are essentially certified not colourful, which is a lie, because I found some absolute smashes. But what I do is I hunt through this stuff and see if I can find something cool in there. This qualifies as something cool, by the way. Oh, okay, no worries. So you can see that there is a little bit of colour there. I might, if things get boring, I'll go through that one. This one here, oh, that's already done. This one here, not done. These are one of the ones that can really sometimes come out good, but there's a crack there, so got to see how far that crack extends. But that might be interesting. I'll move into the other side so that we can... No, hang on, I'll look at this one first. Lighter colour. Hopefully there'll be some fire under there somewhere. But I can't see any, so only if I get desperate, and there's so many opals sitting here, desperation probably will not happen. This one I think I've pre-prepared, so let's have a look at it. Sometimes the preparation phase, I accidentally cut off the colour. Well, it's not accidentally. You have to get them all smoothed out. Oh yeah, so there's some stuff there. We'll cut that one. Just moving some things. Consider the things moved. Now, I'm just going on to my next batch of opals, which are also cool. Like I'd say they were terrible. That's got some colour potentially, but there's a lot of sand there. Big risk. Not going to worry about it. I think we've now got more than enough opals to play with. What I might do is I'll grab 1 or 2 Cooper stones. There's a lot to like in this one because this is what I call a cherry tree pattern. If you do it right, you can get a really nice cherry tree pattern from those cracks there. By the way, that tells me that these opals have formed from clays because there's something called shrink swell capacity there. Anyway, that's because I be a soil scientist. Yeah, we'll have a look at that one too. But now we're moving on to Cooper stones. We're just going to have a quick look at these ones, see what this one's looking like. Cracked, so we're not using it. It's a shame, it's a nice one. I'm not using that one. Maybe that one, maybe that one. Let's have a look at them. Oh wow, now this might not yield a stone, but it's certainly interesting, so I'll give that one a cut. Now I got tricked. This is actually a lightning ridge stone, but you saw that colour flash. We're definitely finding out where that goes. It's just that layer there, so maybe I'll have to cut that way along. As a matter of fact, seeing that I've spotted that now, let's start the cutting process right away with this here cutting device. Indeedy. I'm just going to quickly look at this one before we go. We're not going. Yeah, there's colour there, so we'll keep that one. Right. Water on. Infernal machine on. More lighting on. Right, first things first, I'm going to quickly zoom in on this one again, see what it was supposed to be yielding. There was there was that thing there. That's possibly a crack that's caused that. We'll have a quick look. Yeah. No. But I'm definitely seeing some signs that I've got to cut it, slice it through at that line. Just going to move myself in closer so that I could smash my nose against the wood thing. Just going to zoom in again, see if I've destroyed it already. Maybe. Well, let's just straighten up everything and see what happens. I think we can chalk some colour loss to overzealous cutting there. Apologies, ladies and gents. Didn't mean to completely screw it either. Gonna have to cut it off, and probably about there. Good news about cutting it off at that kind of angle means that I will have a little bit of opal left over if it is colourful on that side. Have a quick look. Maybe. Here's where the real effort needs to go. I think we're getting somewhere with this guy. What I'm going to do is just open it up a bit. So I'm going to leave that blue stripe in there. If that's all we're going to get, that's all we're going to get. But we probably will get more than that. But I think it's enough to say that it's a marketable gem just to have that little streak on there. I'm not trying to do anything heroic now, I'm just trying to straighten the stone out. Dagnammit. Doggone it. Ah. Now the reason why I didn't cut it to the side is because you have no idea how far these streaks go sometimes. As far as I could tell, it wasn't going around the back, so you could have just risked the whole stone. There was a good chance that it would open up the other way as well. Basically, blind luck. is what I'm saying. So I'm angling it a bit to see if I can get something. Have to put it on the dot for the rest of it. But that's not bad. Nice little streak there. Nothing to write home about, but nothing to sneeze at either. Let's try and get that colour happening once again. It's easier to do it in real life, but very hard to get the right angle on the camera. There we are. Rightio. Enough mucking around with that one. Let's give this bad boy a burl. If I remember correctly, I said I would cut along here. Got that one. Let's go with what we think at the time rather than what we thought we said ages ago. I'm noticing that the colour is potentially very close to the top of the opal, so that means that I'm preparing it just in case I have to straighten out the edges immediately. So I want it to be all nice and good, I suppose. The other helpful thing you can do sometimes is to basically round it already. That means that this area here can go, and that can be if there's colour there, that can be a small stone. If you have a look under here, it's concave anyway, make it really difficult to cut it. You get this, and if you play your cards right, if it happens to be good, then you've got an extra just 1 carat stone just sitting there. And the only thing you could have done if it was attached is probably grind it mostly away. So you've conservatively cut, basically. So have a look and see if we win. Quickly go like that. Doesn't look like there's much there. Let's zoom right in, have a look. If I zoom right in, I mean I'm going to look through the camera. Not much there. That's okay. Master of the house, holding out the charm. That's a song from Les Mis called Master of the House, and the reason why that sprung into my head, there's a line which ends in there's not much there, and I'm not going to explain exactly what that means, but I'm pretty certain you can figure it out yourself. Master of the house, work it out yourself. Gonna leave the dirty joke book on the shelf. Right, that's the detritus done. Let's have a look and see. I'll just quickly get this done. We've got to do the back, and sometimes we get a nice surprise. So we'll get that done first, and then we'll have a look and see what we can do with it. I have a feeling that another cut's actually in the offering. First things first, we'll have a quick look at it. We'll zoom right up. That might be a colourful spot just there, right in the middle there. Nothing's ever guaranteed. Okay, my feelings are right along that line there. It's probably where a good cut should go, because there's that piece of rubbish there. You can see how it's all white. There's a chance that maybe it'll resolve into some colour. Look. Little toothbrush. After all of that care. Well, we were right to cut it, because look at that beautiful patterning there. And it also tells me that there's an angle to be going for. So I should be cutting it kind of like that angle, trying to keep it going parallel with those lines, like so. See if we can catch a colour with the pants down, just to show you. That'd be very nice to do that, but probably won't catch it, but we'll see. Maybe. Very, very slight colour, but at least you've got the general principle of how we do things. Right, go back a bit so everyone can see again. There we go. A lot of nothing. Oh, hang on. Zooming in. Just when you say that, you see just a little bit of colour, don't you? Hello, Gilly. How you doing? I'm stupendously early at the moment. Let's see. I'll just quickly give it another bit of a slicey-wicey. Maybe. Let's try again. I think we just turn it into powder if we keep going like that. We'll try the other side. If that doesn't work well, at least we tried. go. Well, that's good to hear. At least everyone's okay. We're recovering over here because apparently my cockatoos just got tariffed. I think we'll give up on that one. It's a nice picture stone. Not much else. In case you're wondering, the logic is that's too thin anyway. May as well try and salvage a few bits. Let's zoom in on this because this is looking interesting. Yeah, it's been a rough month basically. That looked a lot better when I was viewing it from a distance. So yeah, I do try to get it done in a decent hour, but there's a lot of preparation that goes into these darn things. Case in point, my arm is on a piece of timber today because the posture I have to adopt to cut the opals is not exactly work friendly, shall we say. Basically, I am my own OH&S violation. I'm my own violation. I'm my own violation. Okay, here we go. Intersection syndrome. Is that one of those doctor jokes? Oh my goodness, what's come over you? Oh, a bus, a truck, a car. Or is it an actual disease? That wasn't as pretty as I was hoping for either. Right, let's try again. I know that if something you have actually mirrors something somebody else has, especially prejudice related, that's called intersectionality. Yield. So it's carpal tunnel with a vengeance, basically. Are these symptoms or are these diagnoses? Because if you're getting symptoms running up and down your arm, could be calcium or thyroxine. So you can literally see the nerves crossing over. Well, I officially declare that sucky. Sounds like everyone's having a rough trot at the moment. I'm not going to add to your troubles as I told you of my woes, but I was talking to Adele and she's worried about her boss and stuff, and here you are with nerves that are just refusing to play ball. It'd be nice if you could get your body parts and put them in front of a disciplinary committee saying, pick up your game. I'm not particularly worried about it, but my eyesight is not as it used to be, and it is a bit annoying. Not that I'm saying that's a major gripe. Is it possible that just a tendon release will fix that? Hello there. Teddy Hammer. Okay, you just came in on a rather uninspiring Opal. Sorry about that. I'll try and do better. Sorry? I'm talking to people. I said Tadic Hammer. I think anyway. cortisone or surgery. Now, I'm just wondering, just because they find things doesn't mean that it's the cause of the problem. That's the other issue. So just make sure it's not something that can be easily fixed first before you get really into the drugs and stuff. I'm not saying that you're not suffering. I'm saying that check all options before you book in for the surgery and then get a index finger off me and find out that it doesn't work. Yeah. Sorry, my daughter came through. She thought that I was calling her name, which is nothing to do with your name, but you know. That's a good question. There was colour when we started. I think in order to, there's a little bit of colour, just that dark line sitting there is colourful, but not colourful enough in my opinion. Stopping that. That's a little bit, well, we'll find out. Had a pretty good run yesterday, Gilly, so sometimes, you know, the luck goes, well, you had enough yesterday, off you go. Just cut some nothings for a while. Okay. This will determine whether we continue. Oh, it's so close. Don't know. We'll continue for a little bit. Cut this shelf off though. Maybe. I'll go for another 5 seconds, and if not, I'm going to find another opal. These lightning ridge stones were quite productive yesterday, and I know I got one or two earlier, didn't I? So I can't complain. I think there's a bit of orange showing up on this corner right up here, so it's going to keep going. Yeah, it's sort of, best way to describe it is sort of colour. There might be colour along that crack. Ah! Every fan is Aussie. So we're all East Coast. Are you from anywhere exotic in Australia, or? Well, it was going nowhere anyway. I'm going to quickly go through these and see if I can spot another one, because those have been particularly lackluster. I'm okay with one or two, but it was getting quite ridiculous, to be honest. All right. There was definitely colour in those ones. Look at this one. I think this one's a lightning ridge, even though it's white. Okay, so just a little bit of colour on that edge there. Is that enough to... Nah, I don't think so. Nope. Look at this one. This one's a Cuba. There might be something under there. We'll find out at a later date when we have had a few successes. Right, let's see how those ones go. And this one, maybe even. Yeah, that one will work. Alright. Let's see if those ones give us any better luck. This one first, because it's a bit tumultuous, as they say. Tumultuous. Nope. Nearly dropped it. That's better. Okay. I'm just going to cut it off here, I think, because there's a bit of a cavity in there. Oh, sorry. That was not fun. Tiny little opal left, and it cut uncleanly, which is silly. Oh well. Now it's just a matter of pride. There you go, clean it up and it'll round up. Oh, you're Western Australia. That's cool. I'm from Sydney. That's not exactly the biggest surprise to anyone though. So your big smoke WA, rural WA or mining WA? The opals. This one is a lightning ridge stone from the looks of things. I get them from all over. I go to auctions. I buy them online a lot. I've been to Lightning Ridge a lot. I've never been to Coopedi, but I've got I would say the relationship is professional because I really haven't seen them outside of YouTube, but I've bought opals off them and we cross-pollinate on the YouTube channels. So his name is Caleb and I'm happy to promote his stuff because he's given me some absolute smashes from time to time. And by given, I've bought them. Was that yes to I am big smoke rural and mining? Oh, you... Ah. Fair enough. Basically, when I buy my opals, I don't buy them particularly expensive. I buy them as cheap as I can. And to me, the only honest advertisement when someone's actually selling you and they're a stranger, selling opals to you, if they're a stranger, the only honest advertisement I will accept is these opals are completely worthless and colourless. Because there's no reason to lie about an ad like that. Just going to zoom in so you can see. Oh, that's Celine Dion effect. Hang on. My heart will go on. There we go. You can see there's colours coming through here. Look at that. Beautiful. So. Oh, okay, well it depends. This one, let's just assume this one will be $100. It might be worth more, I don't know, but the colour's pretty light. And it would have cost me maybe Maximum $5 for this stone. I bought this in a particularly cheap bundle, if I remember correctly. And I love going through it. It's like a challenge to me. You say it's worthless to you, I will find something. And it's not just a fantasy. I regularly sell opals for $500 or $600 when I'm selling them. And I've sold lots of opals for $6,000. So yeah, they are worth doing. Okay, it's not a quick screen because it takes a little bit of skill to identify the opal in the first place. It takes a bit of skill to read the opal. Not a lot, but then after that, there's the time component. Because you can see how long it's taken me to do this one. It's been about an hour and I've done maybe 5 or 6. So if you're doing really well, you're going from rough to rub, which is the pre-polished stage, in 10 minutes. But that's a bit unusual speed-wise. I'm going to go $150 now because this one's actually quite a nice one. The other thing about it is that no one actually cares how much effort you put into the stone. Not really. It won't sell if you don't. But it's colour and care. So sorry, my arm has just been absolutely saturated. Super saturated. It's hydrodynamic. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Actually, I don't know. The drill speed, this is at its lowest setting, so maybe it'll be, 500-600 revs. When I first started doing this, I didn't know anything, and I started using this before I knew anything, and because of that, I haven't really looked up at specs. I've been using it, and I just know what it's like. Something like that, yeah. I wonder if it actually says. No, it doesn't. I thought the plate might say something. I'm going to say $100 maybe. But you can go to cash converters and get one of these for $30. So, not bad. Okay, I'm going to try and get the Magnum Opal because we've gotten to the hour mark. No wonder my arm's tired. Just to explain, the Magnum Opal is we try and finish on a high, so we start looking for really good ones. Sometimes if I've been getting good opal after good opal, I will just experiment with some of the weirder opals that I've got in my collection, but this time around there weren't that many good ones, so I just decided to concentrate on trying to get one of them to work. Sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you don't. That's how it works. That's why they're worth the big bucks. When you buy cheap rough like I do, you're accepting the risk that it's not going to actually yield you a stone. And quite frankly, it does yield you something. So it's worth it in my opinion, and it's better than buying a lotto ticket. As in the odds are better. Blade code name. It's just a diamond cutting disc for a rotary tool. Just look on eBay. This particular one's 25mm. If you can find a larger one, it's a lot easier to work with. You can get 35mm. If you buy them in bulk, they'll sell you like two 35mm ones, and then the rest will be smaller sizes, so be careful. That opal is sort of alright. Not a smasher, maybe $50. Quite frankly, it's easier to sell the cheaper ones because like you just go, oh, $50 and it's cheap enough for people not to really worry too much. So the paradox is if you find a $10,000, $20,000 stone, you're tempted to sell it for one. There's not that many people who just want to buy a stone for 10 or 20,000. You've got to wait for a while. Okay, so what I might do is I might show you some more of the process. So you can have a look at my entire setup. I'll turn it off here and turn the water off. This is all a DIY, just so that you know. So we'll go back here. So this is what I'm doing. That's just to rest my aching arm. Those are the opals, and there's more undone opals here. There's water collection just down here because silicosis is a thing. There's spare opal here, 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 and here. Right. There's the water collection. It's all gravity fed. There's a drinky poo. Right. Over here is the polishing station. So I'll just get that started going. So here's where I control all my water from. These are all valves. I've just relatively recently upgraded these and I'm still getting the kinks out of them. Literally, actually. Let's see where the water's going. Not much water's happening at the moment. There it is. But what I can do here, for the viewing pleasure of people, I can actually just wipe down this and pop the phone on top here. This was all designed with live streaming in mind. Where's that stuff? Can't have gone. There you go. Well, that's weird. I normally have some. I literally. Oh, there it is. So, more saline going on. Okay, we've got the water going here too, which is good. So just give this a bit of a wipe down, and then I'll wipe the top down. Ah! What have I done? No! I have no idea. That could have ended badly. Right. So there we go. It's a little bit dirty, but you'll get the general idea. So if I pop this here, see where we are. Yes, there we go. I can either pop it this way. Come on. Or I can pop it this way. This way is probably a bit easier. So this is just a demo of what's going on. I'll demo it with maybe this one. Maybe this one. Yeah, this one. Okay. So once I've gotten it all sorted out, turn on this. And these are all just desk sanders, right? So don't quickly go for the higher grip. So I saw it give it, and we'll deal with that. Right, once I've gotten it to a certain standard, I then keep moving down the sandpaper gradient, but I'm just getting this a bit better because I'm a little bit pedantic with these things. Even for demonstration purposes, sometimes I spend a little bit too much. But this is a genuine opal that I'm cutting, so, you know, it's not just a fake. So there you go, you can see. And then we just move the whole works down a bit. Right, so we go to here. This one's 1,000 grit sandpaper, basically. I haven't been reading the comments. What you're saying? Identification equipment. Oh yeah, sure. So here's our Dremel. I'll turn this off. So it's not a Pathfinder. It's just an Ozito rotary tool. That was a really cheap one, and it's got a power arm, whatever you call it, attachment. Over here's where all the opals go. These are just kebab skewers and leg wax. Seriously, they're not. There's nothing amazing about them. Hang on. Zoom in a bit because this is a nice one. Yeah, so that's semi-done. Anyway, all right, the only other thing is that this is if you see here, there is a fan from a bathroom, literally from a bathroom. And that's what I've made. These pieces of glass here, I just literally took them from the top of a printer. That's all. This is ordinary conduit. These are all from drip bags, you know, for medical equipment. So this is all medical equipment. These are just old, you know, acid drums or whatever else I can find. Tubes are gravity fed. Don't just use whatever tubes I can find. That's an old heating pot that I use for the wax. These guys, once again, Ozito desk sanders. So gem measuring optic. Okay. Hang on for a second. Where's my drill? I've got to take off the things to show you my. Here we go. Are you talking about a loop by any chance? Right, so this is what I used for a quick, rough and ready measurement of my gem. 3 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 1 centimeter. So I know that's 3 centimeters across, and that is 2.5, nearly an inch across. There you go. Believe it or not, that's really fast and really accurate. But if I am to, that's my loop that I use. Just bought that off eBay. Nothing fancy pants. Inside I've got a few other things. I'll show you. I grabbed this for show. I don't think it's particularly well set up at the moment, but I'll show it to you anyway. This is probably only kind of lashy outy thing that I've bought myself, which is a microscope. Over here. So we have a look here. Now it's not optically set up for gems at the moment, but we can just pop our gem in here so we can see it, and then I'll just set the. This one hasn't been polished properly, so don't expect to see amazing gem here. So there you go. So that's how I do it. Jumper from yesterday. Oh, yawning face. And a cockatoo. Hello, Max. Scratchy poo. Ooh. Didn't you want to scratch? No. But you gave the I want to scratch noise. Fine then. Is it because okay, my hand's a dishpan, he doesn't like them. Loki? What, you want to scratch now, do you? Are you going to bite me? You going to bite me? Ugh. Gee. My hands aren't going to instantly go back to the way they normally are. It takes a while for them to all go down. Gee. Want me to scratch you now? Scratch you? I don't get it. Oh, is it my... oh, I see. Okay, this is what has annoyed him. As far as I can tell, I'm only guessing. I've rolled up my sleeves. How dare me. Hang on. There we go. Is that better? Nope, I'm going to take my jumper off. I can't believe this. Hang on. Right. It's cold, Max. It's cold. Yeah. Is that better? I don't know what. Okay, so you've got a... Cockatoos normally hiss when they're angry, but Max doesn't necessarily. It's one of his communication things. See the clicky? Why the terrified look? What could possibly be terrifying you? I'm looking around, I can't see anything. What's this? Oh, is it that? Is it this? Is it that? Yeah, it is. Okay. Move it over to here. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? He's being cranky and temperamental. Oh, do you want the scratchy stick? Maybe it's a scratchy stick. Where's the scratchy stick? Is it around here somewhere? Is that what you want? Ah, there we go. Oh, that's all right. Listen, one of the things that I'm quite passionate about is the fact that there's a lot of opal machines that are out there that cost an absolute fortune, an arm and a leg. And it doesn't have to be that expensive. Basically, all you need is sandpaper, really, to get started. What I would suggest, however, is try and make some kind of dust extraction system. You have been quite the Haven't you? Yes, indeed. Now, the thing about it is, even though he's been acting all aggressive, this guy has had quite a traumatic life, and when I got him, he was absolutely, well, he was extremely ill-disciplined, we'll call it that. It's not his fault. I give up. And so if he wanted to take a finger off, he could. And he's bitten me very, very hard, like 5 years ago and thereabouts. And he just does not. When you saw him bite me today, it didn't even hurt. He just kind of smacked my hand with his beak. He didn't actually bite. So he's become quite, I wouldn't say mild. He's definitely got a lot of character. And I wouldn't trust him around children unless they really knew what they were doing. Mr. I'm Dr. Phil. I'm literally, my title is literally Doctor, if that's what you're wondering. I'm looking, my eyesight's terrible. Hang on, I can put these glasses on. Thank you, Mr. Yeah, that's what you were saying. All right. I'm having trouble reading it today, Max. Normally you're a little bit better than that. Yeah, and just so that you know, the gem measuring optical equipment that I used, I made it myself. So, not the microscope, of course, but everything else has been made. So, there we go. All right. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm going to go too. I'll just grab Pony, do the pony splat, and then we're going to go. Come here, Pony. Yoink. So this is Pony, this is the splat, and we're all on our way. So like and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already. Pony says like and subscribe. If not, that's okay. All I ask of you is to have a lovely day. As always, Dr. Phil out. Spectrometer, yes. I actually used to do GIS, and so I actually have lasers I use to measure the gems, but most people just use torches. All right. Dr. Phil out for real this time. See you guys. Bye.